Oh, it's a big Monday here on the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Hope you had a good weekend. It's a big Monday because digital guy Eric will be back in studio reading your comments. As always, he will do it in a very dramatic theatrical style. Kind of, it would be fun. Remember the old show, Whose Line Is It Anyway? And they would have you do a reading in the style of whatever, fill in the improv blank. Maybe we should do that. Read the comments in the style of a horror movie or something like that. Maybe we'll work on that for a future episode of the Morning Update. For now, how about some weather? Great day. It's going to be great. Average is 84. Riley says today it's going to be 85. Just perfect summer day. He doesn't have a graphic to show like haze from wildfires because so we're showing the sun, but it is going to be filtered. Today yesterday and early this morning we're getting haze from wildfires in Canada and the BWCA. But the winds are going to shift and we're going to get some of the, we're just getting smoke from a different fire. Now it's going to be from the wildfires out west that will be blowing in here. So anyway, just be aware of that if you're sensitive to kind of particulate matter in the air. Otherwise, it's going to be a great day. All right, kind of an unusual conversation starter for you today. We want to talk about location sharing. There are lots of apps out there that allow you to share your location with friends or with family. If you're an iPhone user, you might know the Find My Friends app. And you can see where your friends or family members are. Like I have it open right now. And it's called Find My. And I can see, like, where are my kids? They're at home right now. I don't really track, but I have the ability to see where my wife is. Like, oh, is she, on the way home from work or whatever. Some people use it as a safety feature. But we're asking, who do you share your location with? And part of what got us thinking about this, our producer, Chris, shares his location with some friends. Chris is a grown man. He shares his location with his parents. In the past, he shared it. Maybe you share it with a boyfriend, someone you're dating. When do you turn that off? If you're a parent, so I wonder about this, and I want your advice. I have my kids on the Find My iPhone app right now. We don't do any of those. Some of our friends use this like Life 360 app, I think. That's like a little more aggressive tracking app for your kids. But we just use the Find My iPhone thing. When do we disconnect that? So like when my kids are off at college, do I want to track them? I don't know. Let us know who you share it with, kind of any stories about location sharing. If you have any funny stories, we'd love to hear that. And Eric will read through those in a moment. Update on the 35W shutdown over the weekend. It was completely shut down between downtown Minneapolis and the crosstown. It's looking good this morning. Live picture shows traffic moving in both directions. It reopened around 5 this morning. This is the last biggie of this whole project. This thing's been going on for almost 4 years. Construction should wrap up in September. Pfizer thinks a booster for its COVID-19 vaccine might be useful. I mean, Pfizer sells shots, and so they're saying maybe we should sell a third shot. The FDA and the CDC is saying, like, look, we're open to the research on this, but as of what we're seeing right now, a third shot doesn't seem necessary, but they'll be meeting about that today. And Pfizer perhaps has some research they can share and say, like, no, it would make a difference. We do know that COVID-19 infections are starting to creep back up in at least 24 states, including Minnesota. And this is because the Delta variant is spreading. And a reminder, the Delta variant is almost exclusively spreading through people who are not vaccinated. So before you get too worried about should I have a booster shot, make sure you have a shot. Get vaccinated. Stillwater canceling the Lumberjack Days. Second year in a row. Kind of a bummer, right? As the world comes back, some of these events just didn't have time to line up the sponsorship money. This stuff isn't cheap to put on. And so the organizers said they just didn't have enough time from when the kind of relaxing of the rules were announced and when Lumberjack Days would be. So they're saying next year it's back. It's back. We mentioned the hazy sunrise from the wildfires in Canada. Minnesota has some wildfires burning as well. I want to show you this. 4 of them igniting earlier this month in the Superior National Forest and parts of the Boundary Waters. Here's some cell phone video. Oh, no, this is from the Forest Service. Looks like they're up in a helicopter, and this is some satellite imagery. The fires are ongoing, and the Forest Service telling us it looks like lightning started it. They don't suspect any human cause here, but the Weather Service says the dry air is not helping us either.
Our fire danger is really high when it normally isn't by this time in the summer. We've usually had a lot of things go green, and there's not as much concern. So it's really important that folks really pay attention to any fire that they might have.
U.S. Forest Service crews are in that area to help contain the fire. A number of lakes, campsites, portages are closed. And if you're up there camping, you'll see some planes flying overhead to try to assist in putting that stuff out. We're seeing this all across the West and all across the country as well. Dozens of major wildfires. Look at this fire NATO. This is crazy, isn't it? This caught on camera from the Beckworth Complex fire in Northern California. Yeah, you look at it right there. Yeah. The winds get whipping, and there you go. Officials say more than 1,200 people are out there fighting this fire. But we're seeing a lot of this right now. Homes destroyed, evacuations, and we are in the thick of wildfire season. If you are planning a road trip to California this summer, or if you're planning on renting a car, get ready for gas. In LA County, the average price of a gallon of regular gas is $4.34. And to get to that average, there are some outliers, like this gas station in Brentwood, where drivers are paying over $5 a gallon. AAA says the increase in gasoline prices all around the country is pretty obvious. It's because travel is increasing, summer vacation, people are driving, people are going back to school and back to work. But experts say prices are likely going to hold steady because crude oil has been rising and it stopped. It kind of leveled off here in the Twin Cities. $3 a gallon is what we're seeing. Space tourism, people have different feelings on this, but the achievement is unquestionable. Richard Branson left the planet in his Virgin Galactic rocket ship. Is this a good use of money? Is this a good use of these billionaires' cash? Yeah, it's their money. So whatever you think, they don't care. Branson did get, I guess he's officially an astronaut. He spent 4 minutes out of the Earth's orbit. 5 crew and Branson blasted off to about 51 miles above Earth. Branson is the first person to blast off in his own spaceship. I think it's pretty cool. It's quite an accomplishment. And it's also fun to kind of stick it to Jeff Bezos, right? Branson moved up. This is what I love. Branson moved up his launch because Blue Origin was going to launch in, I think, 8 days from now. Virgin Galactic hopes to take some paying customers on space trips next year, and Branson is doing a drawing for charity, so 2 seats on a future flight to space. A lot of people have been following this herd of wild Asian elephants as they make their way across China. Take a look at this. How about a dip in the dirt? The elephants that have been on the move took a break for a dust bath. Looks like the babies were loving this, right? I mean, humans pay a lot of money for like the mud bath, spa treatment. And these elephants are saying, look, we invented this. Boy, their skin is just going to be glorious. Glorious. From elephants to racing camels at Canterbury Park. I don't know. I admire the Canterbury Park kind of flair for the theatrical, this kind of extreme racing day. I think they've been doing this for a decade or so. There's this company that brings in these exotic animals. They had like zebras out there and the camels. I'm more of a traditionalist. I like the wiener dog race, Do I need to see a racing camel? No. Racing ostrich, they did do that. That's kind of fun. So there you go. This, the corgi dog, it's Bark in the Park. That's coming up next month. Okay, We'll see what you guys had to say about this. Digital guy Eric back with us in studio. Eric, I'm curious who people are sharing their location with.
Well, there's a theme.
Okay.
Kimberly says my husband. That's it.
That's it.
And Heather says only my husband.
All right.
Especially if I'm going out horseback riding alone.
Oh, well, that's smart, right? That's a nice little safety. Do you share your location with anybody here?
I do, especially when I'm horseback riding. Actually, the theme was, I was going to say, Diana also said we had one for our daughter when she was out horseback riding alone.
What is with the... I didn't know we had such an equestrian group today.
Yeah.
John Lauritsen should make sure he has his on when he's on a horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Johnny Lauritsen.
He's on the map.
He's fine. I saw him on Friday night. Johnny got tossed from a horse doing a fine in Minnesota. Rough. That's rough.
Only in Finding Minnesota.
I tell you, when you think about the most dangerous assignment here at the station, for sure.
It's Finding Minnesota.
Finding Minnesota.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Leanne and Andrea both said that they have the Life 360 app and they both love it.
Well, of course, parents love it, right?
Yeah, Leanne says it's super helpful with teenagers, although our oldest figures out a way to make it look like he is in Paraguay or the Dominican Republic.
That's the thing. These kids are always outsmarting you. Chris, our producer, said his parents... Now, Chris, how old are you? 33 years old. His parents, he's still on their Find My app. Do your parents pay for your cell phone, Chris? They do. Yeah. That's... Hey, it's a better deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole family, I mean, I watch my whole family.
Do you really?
Yeah. My sister's in Colorado. My mom works out of state.
Kind of weird, isn't it? Like, don't you ever look? Like, if you have one of your relatives is married, and you're like, what's this house where they're... I don't know. I don't recognize that address.
For my birthday last week, my husband did give me one of those new Apple tags that you can attach to all sorts of things.
What'd you put the tag on?
Well, I put it on my keys because that's what I was suggested to do, even though I, for the record, have never lost
You've
my
never
keys.
lost. I'm fascinated by the tag. What do they call it? The Apple
tag, I think.
Apple tag. But I don't really lose anything either. So I don't know.
Just our minds.
That's it. That's it. That's why Eric's here, everybody. Isn't it nice? Thanks for coming, Eric. Thank you guys for playing with kind of a little unusual conversation starter today. We'll be here again tomorrow. Hope you will be too.